Hey guys, welcome to my doodle rants, episode 1. Thinking about doing these a little more frequently because it gives me the opportunity to respond to something in a relatively quick manner, as opposed to some of the other things I would record in Photoshop that could take a while and then, take more time to edit and compress and all that. And like that last video I did, I think I had to record like 5 different videos of a total time of like 3 hours, so it took a while to be able to squeeze that and time it right to get it into 15 minutes. This way I can do something in real time and not have to worry about it, and if the audio goes a little over, I can always just put more than one or use a longer doodle, I guess. But anyways, that's the intro. What's this video about? I wasn't planning on even making this video. I thought my last video pretty much put my stance out there, at least on that subject, and I thought it was squashed, especially after hanging out at Brett King's sticking room last night. He seemed to be generally reasonable, as long as he wasn't talking to Paul's ego. Sarahan was there for a while, and Sarahan actually, he was being pretty cool, and I felt like Sarahan sort of felt like, I'm not telling what he felt like, but it just seemed like he was carefully choosing his words, because Paul's ego got booted for his opinions, even though he was being quite polite about it. And language-wise, he was throwing out some accusations and things of that nature, but not as bad as some of those people in text, And I was actually sort of defending Brett in his room, because people like to bring up the past when he was actually just had the Brett King channel, and I just sort of was, writing in the chat room, like, how is that relevant? It doesn't really have anything to do with the issue at hand, or anything that was being talked about at that particular time anyway. And after I said that, things seemed to quiet down, and I wound up leaving the room with really no incidences happening within the chat. But then I log on today and see there's just video after video after video of Brett showing how much of a douchebag he can be, which we can all be douchebags. I'm probably going to wind up being a douchebag in this video right here, just to warn you. But my problem is people, it's like Thunderfoot said about the Muslims in the mosque, about the issue of tolerance. And this is similar, because you have Brett King and people he's promoting on his channel telling atheists that they believe are trying to tell other people how to feel or think or act, and they're telling them how they should think or act, And I really love that one jerk off he promoted, because on the Cough Christ Army Policing Atheism or something like that, it is like full of so much hypocrisy that I was actually laughing through the video. And he's talking about Coughlin going against people that aren't within his brand of atheism, and then talking about how he treats people and how how Coughlin should treat other people. And then he's, I don't know the exact insult, but he's like, I could go on and insult you about this, and I'll just like make something up for the sake of it. You're a fucking douche bag, dick-faced, dumbass, retarded, fucking washed out, cracked out, has-been comedian, blah blah blah, right? And he goes, I wouldn't do that. Well, it's too late, motherfucker. You just did. You know, saying I could do this and then doing it and saying but I wouldn't do it is the pussy way of doing it. You just don't have the balls to actually do it. But I'm sure you felt really cool and like you got one by on everybody by actually calling him all those names and insults that you're totally against, right? No, you're against it, but you know, as long as you're using it as a demonstration, it's okay to call somebody all this, you know, because I really wouldn't do it. And then he says, and you shouldn't either. That is where I about pissed myself. Oh, I was laughing too fucking hard because you're gonna tell, you know, your whole attack against somebody is because they're telling people how to think and feel, and then you tell him what he shouldn't do. You're a fucking hypocrite, alright? And Brett, you're promoting hypocrisy, alright? There's fucking hypocrites you're posting on your channel. It's not anything you said. You went and watched a video. You liked it. You had to know he was being a fucking hypocrite, and you hosted it on your channel. Alright? That's all I'm going to say about that. But then you go, you post another video about, what was it? Something, you know, one of his favorited videos, and I really don't have anything to say about that because it just seemed like fluff, like filler you're trying to put in. But the latest video, the whole recording of him crying on the internets happened like, you know, late last year, maybe early this year. The oldest mirror I could find on YouTube was 9 months ago, so it happened at least a pregnancy ago, right? And here I was feeling like kind of an ass because I was just saying to people in your chat room last night, like, you know, about your past. Didn't that happen like years ago? How's it relevant now? And you don't seem to remember, you know. And you had that little annotation on the bottom, like, you know, are they gonna try and come and destroy my channel? And what about, you know, freedom? And you have the freedom to do that. It's just you're a giant fucking hypocrite for doing so. Don't play the fucking bigger man card and then go just as low, if not even lower. You know, what was your biggest complaint? He called Pat Condell a fucking tennis ball head, and you're gonna put on a 9-minute video of him fucking crying, but you're the bigger man. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you're the one we should be all looking for moral guidance. This is like laughable now. It's a complete fucking joke. You're a joke. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt and being civil, but seriously, you're a fucking coward. Maybe it's time you voluntarily unplugged and got some fucking sun. Nobody's coming after you. You're not persecuted in any way whatsoever. How about man up and admit some of the things that have happened to you might have fucking brought on. It's not an easy thing to do, but this just reeks of fucking cowardice. It's like, really? I said in my last video, it's not your responsibility to wait for Coughlin. You know, you shouldn't have to, just because he went to America. But you put your view out there. You know, Coughlin's not coming after you over it. You know, there's no retaliation needed. And if people are coming after you, and if you think this is a video coming after you, how is it relevant to put videos of Coughlin up when he hasn't said anything? He's been awfully quiet, hasn't he? Because he's not even in his own fucking country. As far as I know, he could be traveling right now. This isn't a defense of Coughlin. I actually like his videos. You know, the same way I like watching stand-up comedy. It's just like, I don't even know what to say, because it's the same old Brett. Now I know why those questions people were asking in your stickum room are relevant. And I shouldn't have told people they were irrelevant, because you haven't changed. You're the same guy now that you were 4 years ago. You're just a little more cautious, and maybe twice as much of a sneak. But I wish you luck on your channel. I got no ill will towards you, even though you're a douchebag.